The Doge duo was not alone on the Hill today. As you can see, they're surrounded by a number of allies, an entourage, if you will. Take a look, though, at who we spotted there between Elon and Vivek. That would be one Hogan Gidley, who's a friend of our show. Okay, Hogan, you've previously served in the first Trump administration as White House Deputy Press Secretary. All right. So first of all, what is your role there with the Doge duo?
I don't. It's the Doge trio now. Just
Really?
so you, no, it's not.
Oh, no.
No,
Okay.
obviously not.
Gotcha.
I do some work with the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. I was up there today, and of course, listening to a lot of the conversations that were going on in those meetings.
You were in the room?
Fascinating, of course.
Right.
And listen, I think it's pretty obvious government's gotten really big, really bloated. A lot of the American people feel as though it's not working for them. There's a lot of wasteful spending. Hundreds of billions of dollars in Medicare fraud every year. They lost over $100 billion in COVID relief funding as well. So you start to look at these huge numbers and you realize, wait a minute, who's looking out for the American taxpayer? And it looks like Elon and Vivek can do that. Okay,
so like 30% of the annual federal budget, $2 trillion. I mean, is that realistic to cut that?
Well, look, I mean, as always, the devil's in the details. But what was interesting about the meeting today was you have a lot of willing members of Congress who want to do some significant cuts that don't really affect the American people, but instead use their money more efficiently. And then you have two people who are from outside the government, as you just point out, who want to do the same thing. So the meeting of these two minds, I think, is very important for some significant changes in the way the government is funded.
Okay. Elon Musk has talked about getting rid of subsidies and tax credits, all right? Earned income tax credit for low-income people.
Yep.
Child care tax credit used by a lot of people with children, yours truly included. Dairy subsidies in Wisconsin. Big sugar in Florida. Corn subsidies for ethanol in Iowa. Any of these states ring a bell? So, I mean, it's... I mean, to cut these programs, they're sacred cows in Washington.
Of course, but interestingly enough, I think what you're doing is exactly what many people in the media are going to do if there's a vacuum, and they're going to fill it with questions about all these subsidies and all these things and ways people have made a living now for decades with the government help. So it's incumbent upon the DOGE committee to come together and say, all right, we're going to start laying out a few things in a few places we think we can find some significant cuts and offer those to the press and to the American people so people begin to see exactly what they're trying to do, because at this point, it's kind of a guessing.
When are we going to see all that?
Well, I don't work for the DOGE committee, so I'm not sure. But I'll tell you, they're really antsy about moving quickly. I know the House and the Senate are as well. So we'll see some moves quickly, I would imagine.
Okay, Hogan, thanks very much for being here. We'll see you a little bit later on the show.
Sure.
Thank you for watching. And make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.